so my life is unhappy. Don't go there. Otherwise the life will be always unhappy. There will be always something better. So Indriya Nigraha, controlled senses. Indriya Nigraha. So that is why in our fasting we can eat fruits. Yeah. In Jainism, they have got fasting where there is a like 8 days only on water, 16 days only on water, 24 days only on water. Sanatana Dharma doesn't say that, khao, fruit khao, potato khao, bhaji khao. Indriya Nigraha, kam khao. 4 gulab jamun khate ho, 2 khao. That is Indriya Nigraha. And Sanatana Dharma talks about Indriya Nigraha. So life will be happy, but you will not be pulled by the senses. That is the message in this shloka. There is a long story. It's in Mahabharata. Indriya Nigraha. And this story is very, very important in point of view of political sciences, in point of view of spirituality. And it is a continuation of story. So it's very difficult to take a sect of it when people do not know the whole story. But there was a king, his name was Yayati. The king name was Yayati. Actually, the name is also very indicative. Iti. I want this, I want this, I want this. You know, this, I want this. Iti, last. This is until the last, I want that, I want that, I want. You can make that meaning also. Anyway. So his name was Yayati and his wife's name was Devyani. Now who was Devyani? She was Shukracharya's daughter, and again Shukracharya, we can go in that. But we will go up to only this part of the small section. So there was a king whose name was Yayati and his wife was Devyani. Now they had another girl who was a servant of Devyani, whose name was Sharmishta. She was also a princess from a demon king. Anyway, how they come in together is another story. But this was a family. Now, what happened is that Yayati got kids with Devyani, but he also got the kids with Sharmishta. Now, that is a problem. So when Devyani came to know that, my husband also has got the kids from Sharmishta, especially 3 kids. Yeah, I got only 2, she has got 3. Wow, he loves her more. So, he's telling, she comes and she's telling that, you have got these kids from her, and Yayati has got no thing that to tell that, yeah, it is like that. So, Devyani becomes very upset. And Devyani goes to her father, crying that, see, look at this king, my husband, has got now the kids with my servant, Sharmishta. So you punish him. And this guy, Shukracharya was guru, दैत्यों के guru. Yeah. दैत्यों के guru. जैसे देवों के गुरु होते हैं बृहस्पति, वैसे दैत्यों के गुरु शुक्राचार्य. उसकी लड़की, her daughter, his daughter. So she went crying to Shukracharya, and Shukracharya became angry. How can you, do like this to my daughter? So I will punish. But you know what? Because he was Daitya Guru. So you can think about it. A Daitya Guru will think in a Daitya way, and a Dev Guru will think Dev way. Anyway, so he told, okay, why this happened? Because he was having lust towards Sharmishta, right? Okay, so let him become important. So Yayati become important. He become old. He cannot use his enjoyment through the body, bodily enjoyment, he cannot do. Shaap de diya, buddhe ho jao. You become old. Because of your young thing, you got into an unjust situation with my daughter, buddhe ho jao. You become very old man. Now, this became a problem. Because even Devyani was a wife, na? How a wife will have a very old husband? So now Devyani is telling the Papa, you you punished him, but the problem is that now my husband is also old. I don't want an old husband. So also Yayati come to Shukracharya, and he is telling to Shukracharya, please, you know what, I still want to enjoy my life. I still want to enjoy my, my body and my sensual happiness. So, but you made me old now, so what to do? And even your daughter, my wife, also wants me young and enjoy the sansara. So, Sukracharya says, okay, I give you one reversal. This, what is the reversal? That if anybody else is ready to take your old age, then you can give it and you can bring the youth. You can buy the youth from someone and you can enjoy. And when required, you can return it. Now imagine, number one, we will all laugh. Ha ha, what kind of a story is this? But imagine, look around ourselves. How many old people, if you ask them that if you pay $50,000, you will become younger by 5 years, how many of them will stand in the queue to pay it? All of them. Who will not say that I do not want youth? All of them. So even Yayati also told, anybody who is going to take my old age and give his youth, I'm going to pay him and make this and all that. Nobody comes. Nobody comes. Who will give their youth and become an old person? Nobody comes. So finally he calls his 3 sons. He has 3 sons from Sharmishta. So he calls them, I am your father. Because of this relationship with Sharmishta, your mother, I am in this situation. So you need to help me. Take my aged thing and give me your youth. So Sharmishta had 3 kids. The kid's name was Yadu, Turvasu and Puru. Who are the 3 kids? Yadu, Turvasu and Puru. So first he asked Turvasu, take my old age and give me your youth. I want to enjoy the life. So Turvasu told, in old age, there are no girls coming to you. You cannot enjoy all the, the ride a horse and this and that and all that. I don't want to take your old age. So Yayati became very unhappy. So Yayati, as a father, उसने शाप दे दिया. He gave him a curse. So what curse? Basically told, okay, so I am not keeping you in my kingdom. You go away in the Paschim direction, in the west direction. And whatever land you can get, you get, but don't be with me. Don't remain in my kingdom. That Turvasu is nothing but today's Turkey. Turkmenistan. Turk is the word has come from that. The Turk word has come from Turvasu. This is historical. It is not a mythological story. It is not just a story in air. Then he called Yadu. Yadu, you take it. Yadu answered the same thing. I don't want. So he told Yadu that because you are not following the Agya, you are not satisfying your father's thing, so I am taking you out of my lineage. In other words, you cannot become a king. And you and all your subsequent lineage will never become a king. I take you out of the kingdom, the dynasty. And that Yadu's kings are Yadava, where Shri Krishna was born. That is why they are all Yadav. And that is why there is a logical argument by Duryodhan. And we will come to that. Let us talk about the 3rd son. So then the Puru. And Puru told, okay, fine, I will take your old age and you take my youth. So Yayati became very happy. He took the old age of the Puru took the old age and Yayati became young. And he enjoys. See, our point was Indriya Daman and Indriya, right? We should not miss the point. So he enjoys and enjoys and enjoys and enjoys. And then after years and years of enjoyment and fun, he realized that this fun has got no end. There is no end to it. Imagine we are given a youth forever. That is why it will come in the other chapters. That the Indriya is like the feeling of that is like a fire. You put more ghee, you put more wood, you put more oil in it, what will happen? It will grow more. See, anything which you put something in it will subside. You are hungry, you eat, then again you will be hungry, then again you will be hungry. This fire is such that to extinguish it, you should stop nurturing it rather than putting into it. So, eventually Yayati understood. Yayati came back to Puru and he told, okay, you are my next king. I give you the kingdom. You give me the old age back. You take your young age. That Puru is nothing but the Kuru Vansh, where the Duryodhan, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, all the Pandavas, they are all born in the Kuru dynasty. And this Kuru dynasty is the dynasty which is coming from Puru. And that is why the Puru Vansh, the Duryodhan who is coming from Kuru Vansh, that Duryodhan had a logical argument, legal argument, that when Yadu, the son of Yadu, are not allowed to take the kingdom, how come Krishna can be called as a king? And that is why in Yadu Vansh, it was an elected king. It was not the king through the dynasty. The Ugrasen became king by election. Ugrasen didn't become a king by dynasty. Yadu Vansh started the true democracy. That is how Yadu Vansh started. And that is why Duryodhan had a logical argument. When Krishna comes to him, he says, you are a gwala, you are a shepherd. You are a person who is taking care of cows and all that. You do not talk in the terms in the area of the politics, because you are not part of the kingdom and dynasty, because you are son of Yadu. This is how the history is coming. This is how the history is. When we are studying history, we study as a history, study intellectually. Anyway, so our point here was that Yayati understood that there is no end. So Indriya, Shaman, satisfying the Indriya, satisfying the sensual, through the sensual happiness is not the solution. The solution is Indriya Nigraha. So, satisfying the Indriya, satisfying the senses, Indriya Shaman is not the method. Punishing the senses through physical or psychological punishment and leaving the world is also not the solution. Indriya Daman is also not a solution. The right solution is by Sanatana Dharma, which is Indriya Nigraha. And Indriya Nigraha is exemplified, is metaphored through the example of here in the shloka of a turtle. Just like a turtle, live life happily, but like a turtle. Whenever the Indriya, the sensual happiness drags, it controls the mind and controls the intellect, it starts controlling, stop. This is not for me. And, somebody will say, okay, where? Very simple. Doctor told, Baba, now you have become a 60-year-old person. You should eat less. You should maintain some good posture and exercise. You should do some yoga. You keep eating. You keep eating. You keep drinking. You keep drinking. What happens? That is where Indriya Nigraha. So it's very simple. Somebody will say, okay, this is all theoretical, spiritual. No, it is so practical, everyday life. Every day, right from the birth to the death. Yeah, Indriya Nigraha, we think Indriya Nigraha only for the old people. Young also. You have got exams, the guy wants to play cricket. Want to go out and play cricket, want to watch movie. Goes on the mobile and tick, 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 keeps going on chatting and all those social medias. The father says, hey, don't do that. You have got exams coming in 15 days. Indriya Nigraha. For 15 days, I will not do this. So this is practically applicable. What we are talking Gita here is applicability of Gita. It is not spirituality. Especially when we are talking about Sankhya Yoga, there is no spiritual there. There is nothing spiritual. There is no bhakti. There is no murti puja. All these big chapters of Sanatana Dharma is not in Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya doesn't believe in it. Sankhya doesn't believe in God. Forget about the murti puja. It's like that. So, here through the Sankhya, because this is Sankhya Yoga, it is through the intellect. We understand our life through intellect. We understand its meaning through intellect. We understand how to live in life through our intellect. That is what Sankhya Yoga. And this is the shloka for that. And it explains us through the example of a turtle. So we'll go next. We can keep talking on this, but we have to go next. So I'll go to 59th shloka here now. Vishaya vinivartante निराहारस्य देहिना रसवर्जं रसोप्यस्य param drashta nivartate. Vishaya vinivartante. Vishaya vinivartante. Vinivartante means restrain. Vinivartante is restrain. And niraharasya, practicing the self-restraint. In what? Vishaya, in object, sensual happiness. One who is maintaining, practicing self-restraint, niraharasya dehina. Dehina means one who is embodied. Because all this is related to the embodied. The creature or soul or whatever you say, which has taken a form of a body shape. It is connected to them, because those who doesn't have the senses will not be connected to them. So, this is another thing also. God is indirectly telling, dehina means what? It is only one part. See, when we say that there is a car or something, that means there is another mobile part also. Don't come by car, come by the bus. That means what? When we say do not come by the car, that means there is a bus. In other words, when God says dehina, that means there is a big universe of which is non-dehina, which is not embodied, but still it is in existence. This is the meaning of it when the God says dehina. So somebody says, oh, whatever I see is the only world. No, whatever I see is the only part of the dehina world. It's not the whole world. The whole world is different. Anyway, so Vishaya Vinivartante, one who maintains the restraint and practice self-restraint, dehina, the embodied person. Rasa Varjam Rasopyasya. Rasa Varjam. Rasa Varjam means cessation of taste. And Rasa Varja, Param Drashta Nivartante. Drashta, one who realizes, Nivartante, cease to be. In other words, in Hindi we can say that Nirahari means one who is moving his attention from the sensual happiness. Remember, they enjoy, but they remove the attention. There is a difference, and we are going to talk about this, because this is very important part here also again. So one who removes the attention, this person is called as a nirahari. मनुष्य के विषय तो निवृत्त हो जाते हैं, पर रस निवृत्त नहीं होता. One who is doing what is called as a abstaining from the sensual happiness, that doesn't mean that the interest in the sensual happiness is gone. This is the meaning of that. The one who abstains, suppose today I have got a fasting, so today I will do the fasting. But if somebody is eating a nice samosa in front of me, I will always have a craving for it. So by abstaining something, you do not achieve the stability. Why? Because your rasa, your attraction, your moha in that is still there. So doing a varjya, see, this is coming to that second school of thought where we say that dunya chhod do, moh maya hai, paisa maya hai. By leaving it, you do not actually leave the feeling of it from your mind. The feeling, the craving, the moha is still there even though you leave. You know, I do the namaskar to them, but all these sadhus, they go out, they say that, okay, the world is not for me, and they come back to the society and they make the math banate hain, ye karte hain, paisa de do, donation de do. बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ियों में घूमते हैं लोग, मुझे पैर पड़ने चाहिए, मेरी सेवा करो. Baba, you left the world, why you come back to the world? Let the people enjoy in the world. You left the world, you leave the world. So this shows that anybody who is leaving इंद्रियों को विषयों से हटाने वाले, aspirants may restrain the senses from their objects of enjoyment, but the taste of the sense object remains. And this taste ceases, means अंदर का जो रस है, that ceases, that stops when you have the understanding and realization of the Supreme. This is what it is telling. Very important part. So this is the difference where it is telling about the steadfast intellect person and the other people. Ekantvasi, sannyasi, tapasvi, Sant, Tyagi. All those people. What is the difference between a Sthita Pragya and these people? Hermit. All these people. What is the difference between the Sthita Pragya? Sthita Pragya lives in the society. Sthita Pragya is married. Sthita Pragya has got kids. Sthita Pragya is doing job. Sthita Pragya has bought a house. He is driving an excellent car. He is doing all those things which we see in normal people, but they are untouched. And last time we took an example of a lotus flower in the hand of Mother Lakshmi. अभी दिवाली का दिन आएंगे, महालक्ष्मी आएगी. जब लक्ष्मी की पूजा करते हैं, पूजा क्या मतलब क्या ऐसे ही उसको फल दे देना, उसके ऊपर फूल फेंक देना? नहीं. Puja means what? Darshan. Darshan means what? You understand the meaning, you understand the message. That is darshan. So when this Diwali, the Lakshmi Mata is going to come to everybody's house, I bless that everybody should be happy. Sarvena Sukhina Santu, Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyant. That is what we are asking for. So, when Mother Goddesses come, the Goddess Lakshmi is going to come, look at the lotus flower. Untouched. Lotus goes in the water. It takes the nourishment from a mud. Very, very dirty, smelly water. But it gives a fragrance. You put it in, totally in the water and take it out untouched. Money will come to you. You will get the money from anywhere. But with that money, your ego should not develop. Your ego should not rise. You be as humble as without money. That is what the message of Goddess Lakshmi is. Then the Goddess comes. Then the Goddess will come to your house. Goddess will come with a lotus flower. So here, it is telling like that. Sthita Pragya, Ekantvasi, Sannyasi, Tapasvi, Santa, Tyagi, all these hermit, everybody people. Renunciation, going away from the sensual happiness is different than Sthita Pragya. Sthita Pragya alag hai, ye log alag hai. They are different. Sthita Pragya is different. Person who abstain or left the sensual happiness does not lose the taste of it. And going away physically does not mean that you are going away psychologically. Psychologically you are still there. You are still there. A man will always think about his property even though he is going into the forest. Even though he is in the forest. We have seen retired people. They talk about their achievements. मैंने ये किया, I did this achievement. I was in office, I was a big guy. They always talk about it. And we get bored. Old man is talking about the same story. Yeah. Why? Because they have not left the taste of it even though they are retired. And then they blame the new generation. They blame. Which is not correct. So Sthita Pragya does not run away from the society. He is inside the society. He is with a stable mind. He uses his senses properly. He is focused on the life as a duty. And he enjoys every moment but does not get drowned. That is what a Sthita Pragya is. So, for a Sthita Pragya of not getting drowned, there is a story. The story is with Shri Krishna and the sage Durvasa. So what happened that one day, now this is a story, okay? It is not, may not have a historical evidence. The earlier which we talked was historical evidence. But here it may not be. But it is to understand. Stories are there to understand. So what happened that one day, Rishi Durvasa, sage Durvasa, came to Gokul. And he was on the other side of Yamuna. He stayed there with his all his disciples. Now when Durvasa comes, Krishna wanted to greet him. Krishna wanted to, give him some food and, give him some comfort. Oh, you come to Gokul. So Krishna told all the gopis that, okay, you know what? You take all this food. They cook huge amount of food. They cook huge amount of food. And then they go to feed the Rishi Durvasa. And it is told that Rishi Durvasa was a big eater. He was a big eater. So they are going, and while going, the Yamuna river comes. The river of Yamuna is halfway in between. River comes, and it was flooded. It was gushing with water, and all these gopis cannot cross the river. So they asked Krishna, how do we go? How do we cross Yamuna? Actually, there is very great meaning behind it. Yama Niyam is how we live and how we control. How we cross Yamuna means how we will live, like that. But anyway, we'll take it only as a story. So they asked Krishna that, oh, this Yamuna is flooded, how can we take all this food to the sage? So Krishna told, you ask Yamuna that if the sage who has come, Durvasa, is Ajivan Upavasi, means he is a lifetime fasting person. If Durvasa is a lifetime fasting person, then, oh Yamuna, reduce your water and let us cross. And all the gopis become very much surprised. We have made so much food for Rishi, and if he is not going to eat, he is a Ajivan Upavasi, the lifetime fasting, how can it happen? But okay, they told, and Yamuna flood came down. Yamuna flood came down, all the water came down, they crossed the river. And they see that this Rishi is eating like hell. He is a glutton person, looks like. He ate all the food which was given by this gopis. He ate all the food. He was not Upvasi. He ate all that. In our mind, Upvas means what? Eating less. Eating a specific food. Potato khao, sabudana khao. Potato, sabudana, fruits, milk, kheer. That is our fruit as a upvas. Abstaining. But here, Durvasa ate everything. So all the gopis surprised. If he is eating so much, how he can be upvasi? How he can be a fasting, lifetime fasting? That also, Ajivan upvasi. Lifetime fasting person. How? And then, while coming back, again the river was flooded. Naturally, when the gopis finished the crossing, the river came back to its water back level again flooded. So now how to go back? So they asked Rishi Durvasa, how do I go back? How do we go back? The river is flooded. We want to go back to the village. And Yamuna is flooded again. So Durvasa advised, ask Yamuna if Shri Krishna is Ajivana Brahmachari. If Shri Krishna is Ajivan, lifetime Brahmachari, then, oh Yamuna, come down with your flood level. Gopi started laughing. Krishna dances with us. Krishna jokes with us. Krishna loves us. Krishna plays flute with us. Krishna is among all the women. How he can be Ajivan Brahmachari? Celib. How he can be lifetime? But okay, let us try because we want to go back home. So they ask Yamuna, oh, the river Yamuna, if Krishna is Ajivana Brahmachari, let the water come down. And the water came down. And they crossed. And they were surprised. A person who is eating so much, how he can be upavasi? How he can be a fasting person? And a person who is living among the women, he loves them. He lives with them. He dances with them. He makes fun with them. He takes bath in the river with them. How he can be a brahmachari? They were surprised. How it can happen? And it is true, because that is how the Yamuna water went down. That is truth. Yamuna will not tell a lie. Yamuna will not follow a wrong claims. So they ask Krishna back again when they reach over there. They say, Sthita Pragya. So here the word is Sthita Pragya. Even though he is eating, he is not touched by it. The guy is eating so much, but he is not touched by it. He gets food, he will eat it. He doesn't get food, he will not eat it. He can keep fasting, no problem. he is untouched. The word here is untouched. He is untouched by it. And similarly, Krishna is with the so-called, because the definition of brahmachari is also so much. Our people have got such a misunderstanding created by so many words that, it is going to be challenged to even explain it. Brahmachari means what in our mind? The one who has got a tripund lagaya, saffron kapda dala, saffron clothes, wearing some kind of a mask and all this lap and everything, long hairs, and not looking at women, not touching women. That is what is in our mind. So Krishna, we will never think he is a brahmachari. But he is untouched. The point here is untouched. Living a sensual happiness or living the object of sensual happiness doesn't take us away from the taste of it. The taste of it only goes when there is a psychological status of a sthita pragya. This is the status. So when it is untouched, even so much eating, Sri Durvasa is also a upavasi. When it is untouched, even being with so many women also, still Sri Krishna is brahmachari. The story is to explain that being within, being inside, does not mean that a person doesn't carry that quality. A person can carry that quality. Now somebody may try to use this example. Okay, I am smoking but I am untouched. No, that's not the case. So this is a disclaimer in the story. Somebody say, oh, you know what? Okay, I can then claim it. I will drink and I will say I am untouched. I will smoke and I will say untouched. No. Untouched means what? If the thing goes away from you, you are still not unstable. You are still with the same posture. You are still with the same stable mind. A smoker will say that, okay, I am untouched. If you do not get a smoking for next 30 days, will you be uncomfortable? If you are comfortable, you are untouched. There is another story also, that is in Jainism. In Jainism there is a story that there was a king and queen. And the queen's brother was going to become a sadhu, Jain Muni, sannyasi, Jain sadhu. So she is boasting with the husband. You know, my brother has got 30 wives. Yes, 30 wives. But he has decided that I am going to become a sadhu, I am going to become a muni. So he is living with each wife one night, one day or one night. He was going to live for 30 days with each of them, one every day. And at the end of 30 days, he is going to become a sadhu. He is going to become a muni. She is boasting because she loves her brother, and she was boasting. She feels proud about it. And this king is sitting next to her while listening to her. And king says, oh, if in your mind, in your heart, if you have already left the world, then there is no point in leaving the world. And if you still want to leave the world, then you don't stay for 30 days. So, I am leaving you now. Because I am not connected. I am not attached. I am not drowned. Even though I may be immersed. And king went on the same moment. He put all his things over there and he went to the forest. Untouched. That is called as untouched. So, here Sthita Pragya is untouched. Is untouched. And so, to getting to that level of understanding in our psychology, in our intellect, is the way to become a Sthita Pragya. And as we can easily imagine, if we become a person like that, there will be that is the biggest solution of our world, where we have got a superiority complex and inferiority complex. Anybody who achieves something, either by money or sports or beauty or fame or power, the moment that energy, that Shakti that power. The moment that power comes in connection in the hand of a person, the person becomes superiority complex. When the person becomes superiority complex, the person not only becomes unhappy himself, but also makes other people unhappy, because he becomes rude, impolite, cruel, greedy. All those bad qualities, all those bad things comes to the mind of person when they are becoming superiority complex, because now they are touched by that power. And same way even inferiority complex. People say, oh yeah, I understand it. Even inferiority complex, same thing. I don't have money, I don't have power, I don't have fame, I don't have beauty, I don't have education, I am not learned, I don't have house, I don't have car, I don't have a big bank balance. All these things gives a person inferiority complex. So the person becomes like a meek person, weaker person. And those weak person are ready to do anything to get that. So bribery, prostitution, all these problems, all this kind of depression, all these things are coming because of an inferiority complex. It is same coin, two sides. Same coin, two sides. So this is the solution. To become Sthita Prajna means it is to resolve the issue of superiority complex and inferiority complex in the life, in the world. That is how. See, the Gita is teaching us in practical life. Gita is teaching us how to win over these situations. Not to get into superiority complex, not to get into inferiority complex. So I think we are almost at the end now. It is 10:59. So next week, when we come back again, we will go to the 68th shloka, 60. And that shloka will explain us further, because this is a deep subject. It looks like it is not actually, if we think it very practically, but it is a deep subject. So we will try to understand it more better, how exactly I become Sthita Prajna, how I can apply it. When we are telling become Sthita Prajna, how do we become Sthita Prajna, how we apply, that we are going to see next time. Till then, I wish everyone a very happy weekend. It's a good weather, little cold outside, but still not snow. So enjoy and safe driving. And also remember that this is a time change, the winter time. So tomorrow we have to set the clock 1 hour behind, and not to miss any of your appointments. So take care and talk to you. We will meet again next week. Same time, 10 o'clock, Saturday at Jai Durga Temple. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah.